Alright, what is up, ladies and gents? We're back here with part 2 of the other anime pack of like the 10 they have. No, I'm just kidding. This is the pink anime tracer pack. This is part 2. Part 1 we did the P90 already. P90 is a nice solid niche gun. However, this is the meat and potatoes of this pack. This is the gun that pretty much everyone wanted when it came out, and this is probably the one gun that you're probably going to want when you get it. The M4. Right? As you can see, it's, nice and pink like the other gun, except for this one, you get a waifu when you aim down the sight, which is pretty nice. But before we get into more of the M4, just wanted to say a little bit more about the pack in case I didn't explain it earlier. You don't just get the two guns, you get a grenade charm that you can put on your gun, you get a calling card of an anime girl, and you get a lip sticker. Which two of those are not really anime related, but hey, it's not bad. So, in addition to that, you get these two guns. You get this variant, which is the Breakup. It's an M16, it's got burst, and it's got SOCOM rounds, so it's going to be a 3-burst kill. But most of the time, you're probably not going to be using that because you're going to be using a standard M4 build, right? Maybe you got no stock, maybe you got a grip, you got the 60-round mags, probably. The barrel is fine, you can run a 16 barrel if you want, because mainly the meat and potatoes of it is the pink tracer rounds. That's what you're going to want to use. So, you're free to mix and match. You can go tiny, you can go really big, you can go whatever you want, because it's the M4, and it's pretty all-purpose. For this build, I just ran with a standard M4 build, just for myself, but you're free to do whatever you want with it. So, that's what the Breakup looks like with all the camos on it. Now, let me just get a little bit into the M4-ish, because it's been quite a while since we've had the beta M4, and I don't know if you guys have got to play the beta for this game, but the M4 was king. Straight up. MP5 was okay, but it was all about the M4. And when the game came out, it was all about the M4. M4 was king, M4 is amazing, M4, all glory to the M4, right? All hail it. It's come down from it, the fall from grace just a little bit since the beginnings, but you know what? It's still an all-purpose, serviceable gun. It might not be the best thing in Warzone because it still has some recoil, and people tend to go for more accuracy because of the longer ranges and everything, and the range too. This thing doesn't necessarily have the best range, but it's all purpose. It's pretty decent up close. It's pretty decent at range. It's a nice balance of everything, and I think that's why everyone loves this gun, because it's a nice all-purpose gun. You can use it for close range if you really want to kit it that way. You can use it for long if you really want to kit it that way. However, there's guns that are better for both. So, it's better if you use this as a sort of jack-of-all-trades gun. Pretty much like the Ram 7, which is pretty much this gun, but with a little higher RPM and a different recoil pattern. Ultimately, it'll come down to 10 rounds in the mag. That has 50, this has 60. And irons, and the RPM, it's kind of minor to the point where it kind of matters, but it kind of also really doesn't, depending on how you play. If you play good enough, it really doesn't matter. It's just play style, or you aesthetics, right? If you want pink tracers and a waifu on your irons, or if you want green tracers, if you have that pack, right? But, if you use a sight, then maybe it doesn't matter as much, and it's ultimately up to you. Maybe you just end up using the Ram 7 because you're a little more aggressive and it has a little slightly higher TTK. Or maybe if, you're tried and true and you tend to be, you really stuck with one gun from the start and that's your true meat and potatoes and you got 20k kills with M4, you keep sticking with the M4. You do you, man. You keep doing it, right? But, in terms of, is it overpowered? I don't really think it's overpowered. I never really thought it was overpowered, even from the start. I just thought it was overused. The only thing that maybe you can consider overpowered is the MP5, for a plethora of different reasons. High TTK and, high, very, very good handling in addition to that, but it's weak at range. Whereas the M4 was just always a jack of all trades. It was an easy gun to use, easy gun to pick up, easy gun to learn, not a lot of learning curve. That's why it was good. That's why a lot of people gravitated towards it. And people got sick of it because it was just overused. I don't ever think there was a point when this gun was just too good, too broken, too amazing. Even in the beta. Sure, it was annoying to see it all the time, but that's because all the other stuff kind of sucked. Let's be honest, you're free to experiment with whatever, but nothing else in the beta felt as good, and that's mainly the issue. That's the reason why you only saw, and also we were limited in guns right now. We have a ton of stuff. Grau came out, Ram came out, Ruin came out, right? And we also had the Galil that's come out right now, right? There's so many things that have come out that are insane as well, that are able to compete with it, right? At launch 2, there was nothing else really to compete with it, because it was just sort of the best thing that came out, that was out there. And it was easy to use, and it was, had nice handling, and it was all-purpose. But now, we're at a point where meta has settled, things have gotten changed. Sure, this thing has gotten some hits too. And maybe there's another balancing update coming out, so maybe this will get hit again. But for the most part, nothing huge has happened with this gun. And for a very good reason, because Infinity Ward wants to have these sort of jack-of-all-trades guns for new players, right? New players and veterans, this sort of all reliable. That's what the M4 is. M4 is all reliable for both new and old players, and I very much appreciate that they've kept that in, and that's sort of its niche in the game. It's not bad, but it's also not necessarily a good thing either, because gameplay tends to kind of get stale in a way. But it's fine. I don't really mind it. I enjoy it. I don't use it all that much. I just use it for the novelty, really. But again, if you use it, you love it, you keep using it, because honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. And honestly, I'm just a little side tangent. I think the balancing in this game has actually been pretty solid, especially compared to something like Black Ops 4 that just completely dropped the ball. It's not perfect. It's not Black Ops 2 or anything, but it's pretty dang good. I must say, I've been thoroughly impressed. There's a lot you can talk bad about this game, but one of the few things that I firmly believe you cannot is the weapon balancing. Maybe for Warzone it's a teeny bit different, just tone down the growl just a teeny bit, and maybe that's about it, because everything else seems to be pretty fine, and you can sort of use whatever in Warzone. But apart from that, like, multiplayer wise, pretty solid. I think they did a pretty good job, and I commend them for that. So anyway, that's just that's been my review of the 2 packs, or the 2 guns in the Anime Tracer back. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's 2,400 COD points in the store. If you want to get it, you're free to. If you enjoy the guns, or you want something new, something to spice up your game, go ahead and get it. It's a lot of fun. If not, you're free to use the standard M4, and it has arguably better irons too. That's the one downside to this. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, peace soup, ladies and gentlemen. I love all of you.